to Untamed Television with me, your host Craig Bielek, again, believe it or not. And we have with us today a gentleman from the Bear River Health Department, Jordan Miller.
Yep.
Jordan, what are we here to talk about today?
So we're here to talk about a class that we've got for parents.
Yeah.
It's called Families Talking Together.
Yeah?
Yep. And it's about a very touchy subject.
Yeah? What's that?
So it's how to talk to your kids about sex.
All right. Half of our readers just sat up on their couch and are now listening because they heard that magic word, you know. And I'm making light of it and joking of it, but this is a challenge. You and I were talking off camera, and I was saying I've been both the child and the parent and been through this myself, but I can't imagine the challenges that modern parents face in this era.
Yeah, there's many. With social media as prevalent as it is, and the commercials becoming more sexualized, it's a topic that definitely has to be addressed.
Well, and it's everywhere on the internet for free. And I mean, yes, my cable has child blocking services and all that kind of stuff. But I think, in my opinion, kids are getting exposed to this stuff a lot earlier than they have in the past. Is that what your research is finding?
That is definitely true.
Right. And
I think it's important to note that this class isn't the health department saying this is what you need to teach your kids about this topic. It's here's some tools and resources to get this conversation going. I don't know if you can think back to the talk that you had.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. I didn't get one.
Really?
So, yeah. And so
I got kind of one.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents, my mom kind of told it to me in bits and pieces. You know, I'd be like, "Hey, wait, no, that's for next week." You know, so I'll answer that next week. You know, that kind of a thing.
And there's lots of misinformation out there. And so, like I said, we feel that it should be the parents' responsibility. It shouldn't be a talk. It should be a lifelong conversation.
Jordan, how do you start? I mean, where do you start with this?
Yeah, so the program starts by addressing some of the common concerns that parents have of why they don't talk to their kids about sex. And some of those common concerns are they feel like they get enough information in school or from friends. And another common concern is that they themselves didn't have that talk, so they don't even know where to begin. They don't know how to start that conversation with their adolescent.
Right. They didn't get it 25 years ago, and it's way more complicated now. So how do you start? And that's where you guys come in, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, we're here to help you.
Yep.
Right.
So we've got different tips and different strategies throughout this course or this class that address that concern of how to get the conversation going.
So just any old parent can wander into the Bear River Health Department and get this information?
Yeah.
Anybody?
We have the course set, the intervention set for the last Wednesday of every month. So we've got that regular occurrence. And if they want to set up a different time, they can get in contact with me or somebody else at the health department, and we can do that for them. It only takes about 2 hours, and it's great information.
Great information. Share with us, if you can, just a little bit of what the information is. I mean, you probably have a dozen tips or something in this course. What's one of them?
So using what we talked about with like commercials or even songs that come on the radio that are very sexualized, using those opportunities to start the conversation, not just glancing over or saying, hey, turn that off, we can't listen to that stuff, using that to have a positive discussion.
Oh, okay. So song comes on and said, whoa, no, we're not listening to that. You go, guys, I'm a little uncomfortable with this because this is really objectifying women.
Yeah.
It's sounding like someone is possessing their body, and women are in charge of their bodies. No one else is in charge of your body, and they shouldn't be treating you that way, right?
That's correct.
I mean, that's a sex talk.
Yeah.
Even though that's not the mechanics and the birds and bees
You're
and all that,
right?
right?
It doesn't have to be a long, drawn-out conversation. It can be just one of those simple moments that you've got when you're driving your kid to soccer practice or something like that. Just a really brief conversation.
That's great. Free resources.
Yep.
I mean, everybody likes free, and this is a tricky subject. This is a tough thing to do, and I know a lot of you parents out there watching right now going, you know what, we're getting to the point. What age do you suggest people start talking to their children about these things?
It's recommended the younger the better, so at least by age 10.
Oh, okay.
And we've got a bunch of age-appropriate resources that people are welcome to look through. We can point them in the right direction, depending on where their kid is at, because they know their child better than anybody else. So again, it's not us saying what you need to teach. It's just giving tips and strategies on how to get this conversation going.
Right, right. I remember from my, without getting too detailed, but in my past, I mean, some of the misinformation I got caused me a lot of stress.
Yeah.
I mean, it really did, and it made me worry and things like that. And I was kind of determined in my life to make sure that my kids at least had some good information, and that they didn't need to be stressed about these things. I'm not saying I did a great job, but but I tried.
Yeah.
Right.
So we teach another class as well. I won't get into the details of it, but one of the participants said that birth control or Mountain Dew was an effective form of birth control.
It's not?
No.
Oh my gosh, I need to run home. Says the 57-year-old man. No, I'm making light of it, but I've heard when I was a young man, I heard rumors like that.
Yeah, and so that's exactly why these conversations between the parents and the child needs to happen, so we can correct some of that misinformation.
Yeah. Wow. That's kind of scary.
Yeah.
And that's out there. So that's bad news. But there is good news, and the good news is the Bear River Health Department is sitting there waiting to help you with this stuff. They've got free courses, free information, free brochures, all of that sort of thing to help you talk to your children about a very, very important subject. Get in there while you can, while they're young, while you can still have time with them alone to chat about this kind of stuff. Get
Absolutely.
them educated so that they know what they're getting into.
Yep.
On that, right? Jordan, how can we find more information? What's your phone number? Not your personal
I don't even have that memorized.
Yeah, not your personal phone number, but the website. What is that?
Yeah, so it's www.brhd.org, and we've got some links for people to get in contact with me or somebody else at the health department that can answer more questions about this class.
That's great. That's great. You don't have to do this alone. There's resources. There's people to help you. There's all kinds of things you can be doing to make this easier on yourself, and Jordan is there to help you.
That's right.
Jordan with the Bear River Health Department, thanks for coming in and talking about a really interesting subject. And boy, have I got a lot of questions for you. Can you stick around for a little while?
Maybe a little bit.
For a little bit. You're watching Untamed Television with your host, Craig Bielek. Thank you for watching. And by goodness, let the Bear River Health Department give you a hand.
Untamed TV. Untamed. Untamed.